Welcome back to Old Car Wax. This is your bougie black brother Michael, and we're returning to our hip hop series on music reviews. Welcome back to Old Car Wax. This is Michael, your bougie black brother, here with my co-host Sean.
Ew.
And today we're doing something a little different. Most people just say, hey, look, they always doing a little hip hop. They always doing a little rap. We kind of do a little everything. And we need to start bringing some things to the front because we have an eclectic view and taste of different music. And the two that we're really looking at is Gorillaz with a Z and B.o.B.
B.o.B.
B.o.B. So we wanted to do two reviews on them. So I wanted to start with Humanz because it's kind of different. They're an alternative group from England. And what made them interesting, do you know any background about them, Sean?
I didn't know they were from England. That's a good one, man.
Yeah, so they're from England.
Okay.
And this is the most interesting thing about them. They're virtual, so they're not even there. They actually work with each other. And the reason why they have these avatars that you see all the time is because they're not a sitting group. They use avatars to represent them.
Right.
So they started back in like 1998.
Right, exactly.
So it's an old group, man, but they're from England, and they've been doing this for the longest. I've listened to a couple of Gorilla cuts, not pretty much their albums, because when I'm listening to some alternative or some actual European type music and hip hop in that way, they came up a couple of times.
Oh, so, right, because De La Soul was like one of they big people that they mess with hard.
Yeah.
So I think they were on like 3 separate albums of theirs,
which is really cool. Mm-hmm. You know, they're on this album too. So De La's on this album, but I've heard them and I was like, oh, so they pretty cool. But I never sat down and went through the whole album because the cuts that I heard was okay.
Right.
They were good. But
now check this out.
Go ahead.
I used to love Gorillaz. Like, I listened to the first album. What appealed me was exactly what you said. Get the new shoe shine. Mm-hmm. That was their first music video. Back when music videos was hot, when it first came out.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. And it was like they was driving in a little big Jeep, and it was going down this little big old roller coaster. Right. They was going down this big old roller coaster road or whatnot. So I was like, okay, that's nifty. And they cartoons or whatever. Copped the album, and the album was like straight unique. You know, it was like new generation pop rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That new gen shit.
Yeah.
So when you hear like new gen, oh, that's part of that new gen and blah, blah, blah. That's what that was. So they got like vocalists, they got a little rap, but they got rap that's, you know, with the British accent, and then they have some people that come across a little differently too.
Right.
So they have a mixture of so much, but you got to be prepared.
Well, this is the thing. When they first started, they were really basic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They had maybe 2 or 3 features, and it was just them. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying, with their instruments, or probably just production with a bunch of different people. But that was Gorillaz' first CD. Really good, and that was self-titled. Their second CD, I think it was Demon Days. Nice CD. You know what I'm saying? Really nice CD. I can't even quite hold on, man. I'm gonna have to do So really nice CD, man. Because the first one was so good, I decided to get the second one, and it didn't. It was great, and then they dropped it, and then they kind of started dwindling. I think they just started reaching. They started going to. I guess they started getting too many friends, and everybody started wanting to make music with them.
So they start changing their style.
Exactly.
And start doing different things.
Yeah,
so I came in the middle of them though. So
Okay.
I never started with them, and never jumped on the bandwagon. But when they showed up, I was like, oh yeah, I remember a cut from them.
Right.
So it was funny when you introduced me to them and say, hey, look, you need to listen to this album. I mean, this Humanz cut. Mm-hmm. I said, by who? Gorillaz. I was like, damn, they sound familiar. Then I look back and say, oh, I heard them before.
Right.
So it was interesting because, again, I didn't sit down and pull that album when I was hearing the other cuts and went all the way through.
It was just like, okay, there's some nice tracks.
Yeah. So there's a lot of artists that has nice tracks.
Exactly.
They got a nice track. So this was an opportunity that you gave me to say, besides the nice tracks that you know about, you need to start listening to the whole thing,
right?
Because it's a little better than you think, but be prepared. And that was the thing that I had to be prepared for, because I didn't know what I was going to expect.
So
yeah,
what did you expect?
So what I expected was a couple of cuts like I heard from the past, and I didn't pull them back up because I just didn't really go to it. I wanted to hold this on its own,
right?
So it's so funny because I put the video on the website. So when you go to the website to listen to the podcast, you can see one of the videos, and two of the videos is the two that I really, really like. Yeah. So the Satin Bars, and I think it's a Session. Yeah, a Session. So a Session was like one of my favorites because it was just crazy. They came off kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. This bomb right here. He snapped on this though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
This guy's falling, baby. That ass. Yeah, this they find really good rappers. I think I think because they're so diverse, because they can make so many different types of music, they really find the original really good artists. You know what I'm saying? And Vince Staples, his name is ringing. He's not a household name yet. He's still a young dude. We're gonna hear from him again.
Vince Staples?
Yeah, we definitely gonna hear from him again. But it was surprising to me that they even had him on the album. You know what I'm saying?
So after listening to the album, I was impressed because the amount of different freaking people that was on it.
Right.
Everybody didn't do a good job, man.
No.
I'm not saying just because they had these people on there they were good. I'm saying, wow. So they had De La on there. That cut I didn't like at all.
Ah, man, I hated that cut.
To me it was like that was wasteful.
But exactly.
But they're into it now.
Yeah, they got so long. They got so much longevity with this group. It was like, okay, let's get De La on here.
Yeah, and De La was like, bet that I'll be on there,
and
because you got a relationship. But it was garbage to me.
Yeah,
so that one
seriously trash.
Really wasn't anything. I'm gonna tell you one was really interesting.
You know what? Honestly, man, I only had 3 favorite tracks on the CD.
Okay, so what's one of the other ones?
Favorite tracks. Andromeda. That was definitely one of my favorites.
So when you listen to that, take a listen to that. That was a good.
But and again, this is the Gorillaz. This is Gorillaz. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm used to hearing them do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They got a nice tone, and then they hooks are crazy. You know what I'm saying? And this was a perfect example.
So is this the one, or is another one that sounds like my boy? I keep forgetting because I was listening to his album. All of a sudden, I stopped listening to it because it was just a whole lot of other cuts that I was listening to. But I'll get back to that. But that one was cool.
Okay.
I thought that was cool. But not one of my favorites. It was cool though.
I didn't have many favorites on this CD.
No, I liked it though. I'm gonna tell you the one.
Right.
So this is the one that I really threw me off. This threw me off. The Carnival.
Yeah.
Because it got Anthony Hamilton in it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me check this out.
Now, let me play this out real quick.
Mm-hmm. So I would listen to this if it wasn't on here because it's just so weird.
Right.
It's different, and he's singing in a way that you kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and see that was the thing. This, as far as musically, it's a great song because you wouldn't expect Anthony Hamilton to sing so well and sound so good on a beat like that,
or with a group.
With a group like that. So. But outside of that, I skipped this track. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So again,
it's a little too much for me, I would say.
Why?
It didn't. I guess the beat was too dark. I guess the beat was too dark for me. That would probably be the easiest way to say it.
I got you. I liked it.
Right.
So I liked it because. Once again, when I don't know what to expect, I love it.
Okay.
So it's not a great cut, but I really liked it.
Okay.
I like to hear stuff like that. I like to hear the creative ways that comes there. The one right after that, you didn't like that one with Mavis Staples and Pusha T?
I did like that.
So, and that's one of the standout cuts that they have.
Mama, they try my patience. Is gone. Who was left to save us? We mourn. I'm praying for my neighbors. They say the devil's at work and is calling favors. You say I'm dangerous. I speak for the nameless. I fly with the vultures. I be with them bangers of change.
Electronic kind of hip hop beat up in there. And then when Mavis Staples come in, she was a great little addition.
Yeah.
Was it great? No. I just like the mixture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The mixture of
the album.
Yeah.
Of how they put the album together. Now, and the funny part about it is after track 7, everything just started sounding a little better to me personally.
But after track 7?
Yeah, but I will say this: the album was very, disco-ish. More a little on the flamboyant side.
Yeah. I wouldn't say disco. I don't know the word for it because it's not that fast disco let you go. There's certain cuts on there that may be that way.
It's a lot of gay tracks on there. Okay. All right. I was trying to be nice, but it's a lot of gay tracks on there.
It's better to say gay than to say disco.
That would be that would disrespect a lot of people that ain't gay and that do disco. So, but honestly, that's what I want to say. I want to say that this album is good, but it's not my range. You know what I'm saying? Okay. A lot of it this is what happened. I was listening to it. I'm like, okay, some of these tracks are really good. All right, and I'm listening to it in the car. I'm driving. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh. Man, these are some gay tracks. I skipped the track. So this is when I found out. Right. I listened to the first track. I was like, okay. Then I listened to Strobe Light. I was like, Okay. Then it went down to Saturn Bars. I was like, all right, this is cool. And then it went to Submissions, and I was like, okay. What's going on here? But I liked that track. I liked Submission. It was a decent track.
It was okay.
But it was still like, all right, if I was in a club.
So, Adronima is one of those.
Yes, exactly.
I was like, what?
Right. So I kind of had to accept that within the album. I kind of just had to be like, okay, this is a lightweight gay CD, or this could pass for a gay CD. So let me embody this CD as a gay CD and enjoy it as a gay CD. and it wasn't bad. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to put it in that genre. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I got you.
But I'm a Gorillaz fan. Demon Days and Gorillaz were their first two best CDs. After that, they did Plastic Beach. It was an okay CD. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely knew that they wasn't vibing like they used to. That was like transition. Then they did The Fall, which was like a lot of that was cool. That was actually cool, but it was like a mixtape, really. It wasn't even an album. But they threw it out as an album, of course, because they from UK and that's what they do. So 7 years later, they dropped this. So it's like, okay, I see that y'all got older. I see that y'all needed some help to try to make some music together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all reached out to a lot of people.
Yeah, so they probably worked with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you probably don't know that they did, but they probably did because they're virtual artists.
Right,
so
exactly.
They work all over the place, and then they come together and then, just come to the studio and just make music. So they're virtual. So you don't know who they're dealing with. And what makes it interesting is they want it to be that way. So I don't want you to see who I look like. I don't want you to see anything.
Right.
Just respect my music. So I want you to hear this and tell me what it actually reminds you of. Because
yeah, see, we going sex murder party.
And see, I like this track too.
Sex murder party.
tell you, man.
Sex murder party. Sex murder party. Sex murder party.
Is this a gay track too, though?
Sex murder party.
I'm silly. You play the whole. But the CD, the album riding though, I like it.
So I'm about to let you hear this.
Right. Wow. Wow.
That's what I heard.
This is the jam, too.
That's what I heard. Though.
I know you was like, oh my God.
I was like, oh my God, it's Kid Cudi's.
Yeah, they just slowed down the tempo.
Exactly.
Wow, you thieves.
So
stealing.
when I'm hearing that stuff, if I feel good about a cut, it's usually because it sounds familiar.
Right.
This was just too fucking familiar.
Because
it's
too
kind of
recent.
Like stole it.
It's
you know
recent.
What I mean?
Like, man. Bruh. Oh, man. Look at that.
So that's what it was. So, but it's not like I didn't enjoy it, though.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I love his cut. I love their cut. But very freaking similar. So if you at the club with the, one of those clubs, then they'll just put that both in there and they'll be like, yeah.
Right.
So you can blend it right in there. You know what I mean?
I did. What was the other track that I actually enjoyed? Busted in Blue. It was very slow, but I enjoyed that track. And She's My Collar. I liked She's My Collar. I thought that was
collar.
Yeah, man. I thought they did their thing on that.
Oh, that's the one with the girl singing on there?
Yeah.
I was yellow, he was blue.
I don't know. But yeah, it's a jam.
So again, these are artists, these are songs that, being a hardcore, I'm a hardcore hip hop. It's all about the hip hop. Mm-hmm. No, if you're a lover of music,
right.
You listen to music, whether it's gay or not. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, if you like music, you like music.
Right.
I like their creativity. I like the way majority of this album was kind of different all the way around.
Yeah.
So they didn't stay with one thing. They was jumping all over the place.
And you kind of had to listen to this. Like, I can't skip through this album You know what I'm saying?
You gotta hear it first.
Yeah, I gotta enjoy the album as a whole.
Nah, I start jumping afterwards though.
See, if I start jumping, I'll only listen to 2 tracks and I'm throwing it away.
Really?
Yeah,
So
man.
there's a couple that I can just skip through, and there's a lot that were popish
Right.
or danceable that I can let them just flow through. But some of them is like, man, I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
But it was not many. Is it oh man, I can ride with this? I really can't ride with it. I'll play it, but I really can't ride with it.
Okay.
So that's the difference with this one. I don't want to berate it like a bad damn, CD.
no.
And come on now, this is just kind of fucked up, and they mixed it up too much. I think the creativity of it makes it a really good CD.
Okay.
Just like sometimes you really just want to see a decent movie and the storyline is all over the place, but
Right.
if you're smart enough to catch on to what they're trying to do, you happen to enjoy it.
Okay.
It's, to me, that's how this album was made. And it was good for me to come back and listen to the Gorillaz again. Though.
Right. And see, as me being a fan, I appreciated it because they came back first and foremost.
Okay.
I was like, okay, good. They're still doing music together. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. As I listened to the CD more, I understood that their music is just gonna change, and their music is gonna evolve with the times. And right now, gay is hot. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely don't knock them for making music for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, that sounds good. It's not like, oh well, that doesn't sound like us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we've never did that before. Let's try this.
Yep.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, let's try to find somebody that's gonna work on these vocals. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that. Because it sounds different. Maybe that's why I'm calling it gay. But as time goes on, maybe all the music is gonna transition to sound like this. You know what I'm saying?
And it'll be the norm, so you wouldn't have to call it gay anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So don't be surprised if that happens. I mean, y'all wearing rompers out here.
I'm telling you.
So anything's possible.
Anything's happening.
Anything.
It's all happening now. So if you rated it, what would you rate it as?
All right, so there was 20 tracks.
Yep.
20.
No, 24 tracks.
Really? And see, the extended got 28.
So I didn't go that far, bro.
Yeah. So I
just went with the 26. I couldn't go that far. I was like, nah.
All right. So let me go
let's
to the album that I got then, because that's totally different from the internet.
Don't go with the how many cuts, because it's just too many.
Right.
To kind of say, I'll take these over these. Do the overall. So what would you put as an overall? Because if you start pointing them out, it's probably what you said. It's probably like 4. But if you said it's 4,
no. There's some good ones in here now.
Okay.
There's some good ones in here. I'm gonna be honest. The one that you like, the sky's falling, baby, drop that ass for it crash. And yeah, I'm totally digging that. The Saturn bars is nice.
Yep,
the
Saturn bars
submissions
is
is nice. The Chargers is unique. Throw Chargers on real quick.
Yeah. Chargers is pretty cool. That's the Grace Jones joint on there.
I thought that was they still gave you that rock.
See, now, that's that disco shit right here, though.
Really? See, I thought this was kind of that drunk crazy white boy shit right here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That we on the skateboard, we finna have beers after we get done.
But that's when Grace Jones was out.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like her music.
Oh, okay.
She was out doing that.
Yeah, and I like this track. So when I take myself outside of the MC, the rap box, there's a lot of decent tracks on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So the thing is, we love music.
Right.
So if you love music, you're gonna listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
whether it's hip hop or R&B or alternative or whatever.
What about the homeboy Hallelujah Money featuring Benjamin Clementine? When the homie was like, I was like, oh, that is crazy. Man,
So this is a little crazy.
man.
To me, this is a little crazy.
Hey, I don't know what to say about this one, man.
Here is our tree that's primitively grown.
Like a fake Frank Sinatra ass.
When you go to bed,
I'm like, I'm scratching my head on this one.
from the far east
This is some shit I would do. Like,
it's 10 feet on the microphone, and I've thought the best way to protect our tree.
So I might need to do some research on Benjamin, man. I might need to check out some of his tracks, man.
just to see who the
Most
fuck
likely
this
you
dude,
Hey,
man.
because at first I was like, okay, but then as I was listening to it, I was like, okay, that's too much for me, man. That's way too much on a regular basis. I can't listen
So
to
it
that
was
on a regular
crazy.
basis. No, but the first couple of times I heard it, I was like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because again, dog, they're able to do everything.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? They can do, and then this was one of my good ones outside of the box of what I like.
Right,
Halfway
right.
to the halfway house.
Halfway to the half.
Halfway to the halfway house. Really good track. Really nice track.
Peven Everett.
I don't know who he is either.
Peven.
This man's name is
Fuck
Peven.
is this nigga name is Peven. No, it's not Peven. It's Pevin.
Right. It's Pevin.
It's Pevin.
Get it right.
Get it right, boy. Well, he got his name backwards. Everett Pevin. You know. That shit is like what?
That's wild.
I said I can't get over that. What the fuck you putting that on your album for?
Hey,
man?
man, that's what I'm saying, dog. They gotta have crazy fans, man. They gotta have crazy fans. He's a black
cool,
dude. Pevin's a black guy.
Is he?
Yeah, man. That's funny.
That's funny.
What you gotta say now?
So a lot of this is it's just such a different feel, and then they just got so many different vocalists, and
Yeah.
they sing all differently.
Differently, exactly.
So whatever music you put them with, it's gonna be different because you got different freaking vocalists.
yeah,
Running through life cycles.
yeah. They definitely threw me. They definitely made, you know, made my left side of the brain started, you know, thinking when I was listening to the CD, because it was just like, all right, I had to do the same thing that I did with the Kendrick Lamar. Okay, if I take away all the beats, are the vocals and the lyrics decent? Yeah,
Yes.
they're definitely pretty decent.
Yes.
Okay, if I take away the lyrics, are the beats decent?
They're okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with okay. I'm gonna go with okay, and the reason why I'm saying okay is because I get it. That's who they are.
Right.
But they didn't stand out. It's because of
Right.
the vocalist and the music that made it okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes when, again, a Kendrick Lamar, the beats that was on there, I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. Then his lyrics, at first he was like, oh, this is just what he normally does. But then you start listening and being like, wow,
Right.
he put it down.
Right.
And then putting them both together, classic album.
So, but cutting this short,
Right. Not really.
the album is better than average. It's definitely a better than average album.
It's a good album. It's a good album for the genre that it's in.
That it's in, yeah. It's
Don't
definitely
don't
an
try
8
to
out of
cross
a
it
10.
over. Yeah, don't
you know
try
what
to
I'm saying?
cross it over
Not
to
at all.
anything else other than the genre that is in.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think in the genre, it's an 8.
Yeah.
If you try to say because they had some rap and they had some R&B, I wouldn't put it in R&B because it'll be a low
can't.
6.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it in rap because it'll be a 4.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So keep it where it is and give it a strong 8.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Give it a strong 8.
And then on a quick side note, sticking with the rock side of the game, I listened to the Incubus 8. Nice CD.
Incubus 8?
Yeah, very nice CD, man. I was impressed, that they still got it. But I also listened to the Linkin Park CD. I can't remember.
So they
what
haven't
that's
been
called.
out for a minute. I haven't heard anything from Linkin Park in a long while.
Well, they've been 4 or 5 years, 3 to 5 years consistent, I would say.
Really?
So their last album was it 2014? Hunting Party. Yep, 2014 was their last
So that's
album.
3 years ago, yo.
So and that was straight. You know what I'm saying? But that was way better than this album, which was I can't see it. Where is it at?
Linkin Park.
One More Light.
Yeah,
It was
One More
real
Light,
pop.
2017.
It was like super pop. It was like we don't even do rock music no more.
Mm.
And that threw me to the left. I was just like, what? Oh, no, I don't want to hear this anymore. So
Right.
I don't know. If you were expecting Linkin Park to, still kind of have
Come through?
Yeah, some
Then-
lightweight, hard rock. Man, crawling in my skin. No, there's nothing like that anymore. It's like straight. I don't know. But yeah, that was the quick rock segue.
Cool. So when we come back, it's going to be the B.o.B. And we jumping right back into the rap game and for our homeboy from Decatur. So we'll be back with Old Carmax. So welcome back to Old Car Wax. Sean and I is getting ready to get into B.o.B, his new album, Ether. So heard B.o.B before. Sean threw him to me. I was kind of like, yeah, okay. It's okay. It's all right. But I was okay with it. And then he was our homeboy too. Because we down in Atlanta and he's from Decatur.
Yes, sir.
So show him the love. But this album I really liked because if you hear him lyrically and you hear him, even his beats is a little alternative kind of beats too. So it's kind of like, wow, listen to this guy. He's getting into something else. But I love kind of his lyrics too. And it had some meaning behind it. So I was really, really enjoying it. He has some stars on here too. A couple of, folks on there. He has CeeLo, Usher, T.I., Lil Wayne, which is surprising. I gotta
surprising. Lil Wayne.
Gotta
was
tell
on
you
the
that.
track.
That track was pretty good.
You liked it?
The track was pretty good.
Okay.
The E.T.
Yeah.
Because of. So this is the thing. This is what after I went through this whole thing, he knows he's different, and that's how he made
Presents
this whole
himself.
CD.
Yeah.
I'm different.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. But he made the whole CD that way.
Right.
Not a song, not a couple of songs. He kind of rolled it in that way. And I was like, yo, he's really consistent with that shit.
Yeah. He's you already know I enjoy B.o.B,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah. You've been trying to push them on me for the longest. I know.
But I think when I initially heard the CD, because I'm a fan of his mixtapes,
Gotcha.
of his raw underground music. So when I heard the album, I was just like, all right, you got some nice tracks on there. And I hear some of your hard punchlines, but you ain't going as hard as you need to go. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? But it's an album. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, he knows he's different.
Yep.
So he has a different fan base.
Yep.
So this album was kind of focused on that different fan base.
So you know who you remind me of?
Ooh.
This doesn't remind you of another CD that's already been out that we've been talking about? J. Cole.
Really?
This is why. J. Cole became something and he wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
He wanted to tell people what it was about with him. I got to tell you about me, my kids, the places where I live, all of that. This is who I am. That's what he did. I'm different. Let me tell you about the people I'm around, the things that I'm doing, the people that's been hating on me. And I love, wait a minute, I got to put this one on. I fucking love this song. What is it? Yeah, it is. Oh, this shit is awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is one of my
song.
favorite tracks. Yeah.
So a lot of that really got me into understanding because fan mail, I love that too.
Yeah. He did his thing on that.
But these are niggas being nice like a motherfucker.
These days niggas be
Polite than a motherfucker.
Nice than a motherfucker. Nice than a motherfucker.
Smile on your face, all nice than a motherfucker. Soon as they thought I fell off, niggas true color shine bright than a motherfucker.
Bright than a
Bright than a motherfucker. They hate me to the mimi, then I hype than a motherfucker. Hype than a motherfucker. That's cool, we was never cool anyway. Yeah, that's cool, we was never cool anyway. Ice Cube on the pinky and the middle finger. Looking like we won a Super Bowl anyway. Fuck what you saying to me? You was just on my dick 5 yesterdays. Backstab on your resume.
Backstab on my resume.
Kevin, you ain't even got your rent paid. I read the text. What the shit say?
I guess I got a short attention span. Yeah. I learned to get it straight from the source, fuck the middleman. Yeah, that's riding.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I was like, and see, all he went with was, I've just been dealing with some fucked up people around here, man.
Yeah.
One man saying one thing, another, they nice than a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But
These
once they
days,
say,
niggas
yo,
be
he ain't
polite.
even getting no light, he ain't getting like that, and be like, psh, yep, that's what you niggas are.
Yep, they true colors shine bright than the motherfucker.
Bright than a motherfucker.
He definitely, that's the underground B.o.B that I'm used to hearing. Right there.
So again, I think I liked it because the whole album said, this is who I am.
Right.
Just like when we was talking about your boy Logic.
Yeah,
Logic said, this is who I
me.
am too.
Yeah.
So I'm loving these albums to say, you don't have to have the best shit going on, but tell me who you are.
Right. You ain't got to have a Learjet of your own. You don't have to travel to, or you don't even have to rap about it. You can do it, but not rap about it. You know what I'm saying?
You can do it one
have
way or
some-
another.
You have some substance. This is called substance.
Mm-hmm.
Young rappers. Please, man, just take heed, man.
Take heed.
Just talk about, if you can literally rap about you waking up in the morning, coming downstairs, having breakfast, and getting ready for school, and make that sound cool,
And washing up. So
you can do something. But if you
Kendrick
can't,
Lamar did that.
exactly.
He just said getting up in the morning. What you call it? Then he changed it and said, as a woman,
Right,
getting up in the
right,
morning,
right.
making
Man,
sure your
yeah.
weave tight.
Yeah, making sure. Yeah.
Come on now, he did it. It's like it's the simplicity of things that you can do to make it relevant. And some of it is you in Atlanta and some crazy shit, and we do crazy shit down here.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Right.
Here's the other one. I like this one. This is crazy. You could be like, you like this one?
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite ones too. And Young Dro was on here. See, Young Dro. Now he's B.o.B still signed to Grand Hustle, which
Really?
is T.I.'s record.
Okay.
So he's like, he got it like a joint contract or whatever. Young Dro is that guy. He's one of the most underrated rappers in Atlanta, I would say.
Young Dro?
Yeah, Young Dro. That's the one that did the let me see you bounce right to left and let your shoulder lean. Little dark skin polo nigga. Yeah, you could ride this in the club.
And I just love how they did it too. You know, she'd be like, but he ain't even saying shit. I said, let him start rapping and you can start hearing what he's saying. But the hook is just, it gets you caught.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's one of them club hooks right there.
Yep.
You know, that's why he put Dro on there first. Because B.o.B's been having a problem trying to get his music played in the club.
Oh, really?
That's one of his that's one of his goals. He was kind of talking about that on one of his interviews that he just recently had. You know, he has so much knowledge that he put in his music. I guess it doesn't relate and, you know, keep a good enough tune for a club.
So again, if you're trying to put a message out, but you try to put your message to some good production, they're not going to play it.
Right.
But if you can change it up and put it something, so whatever they jumping off with, and you put it to that,
right,
it's a little better.
So I think Tweaking was a great song. Like, I really love that song, you know. But I think that's what he was going for. Right, you know, this time around. He was going for something that was going to catch you at the beginning with the hook, you know. And that's why he went last, because he still put a message in there.
Yeah.
It was still a really good message in it. I was like, ooh, I love you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Caught you. He caught you with what you like.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, he dumbed it down just enough to put it on the radio, but he still put that message in there for you. You know what I'm saying? Because B.o.B got to put that message in there now that he know it. He's not just going to keep it to himself anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You know, that was a good one. I like finesse me.
So yeah, that was cool. So he had this cut on there, and I wanted to play it, but it's all the way down on the bottom. But he says, even the president running the world from a Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck says that?
Man,
and put it in your rap.
Yeah.
He put it in there, running the country from your Twitter account. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So it made you say, hey, look, I'm going to tell you what's up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you. But now I got to change it to say, let me tell you who I am.
Right.
But let me give you a little something to make you listen a little more.
He watered himself down, dog. But see, this is why I like this CD. Because even when he's watered down, he's still giving you good, potent stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He's just flipping it the way that you can take it, and then there's a message
that the dumbest person could comprehend it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That the young teen that be on Instagram all day could comprehend what you saying. And still feel smart that they register in. He is running from a pretty crowd.
You're always on his Twitter.
Shut up, stupid. you just heard that, you know. So
right.
I totally seen his angle because of the Elements albums that he put together previous.
Right.
Because they had so much information in them.
Right.
Those 4 mixtapes had so much information in them that the smart people were like, this is great. But the dumb people was like, Shot, I don't like that shot. I mean, they them be straight,
but I don't know what you talking about.
I don't know, folks. You know what I'm saying?
So he's a East Coast Razzcast. Ooh. If you look at old Razzcast, this dude was talking about all of this.
Yeah.
Always. Ain't nobody was trying to hear that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was too deep. He went into religion. Mm-hmm. He went into all types of stuff. And they was like, man, what the hell that nigga talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, look, man, if you listen to him, he's telling you what's going on.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't got time for that. He don't sound like Snoop.
Yeah, he's definitely a legend. Yeah, Razzcast is definitely a legend, man. I totally appreciate B.o.B, man, for everything that he put on this album, man. Now, there was some tracks that I could definitely throw away.
Well, so I'm not saying that all the tracks is great. I didn't say that. I didn't say it was like, look, what an ultimate album this is.
Right.
Go out and buy it now. No, I'm not saying that. But I said because when I heard his other stuff, I was okay with it.
Right.
But with this one, I'm like, damn, I know who he is now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And see, and I think that's one thing that people tend to not like. Because he originally came out as a pop rap artist, not a rap pop artist. Okay. He came out as a pop rap artist.
Oh, so
he made a lot of money
right
when he first came out. You know what I'm saying? For the pop stuff. And then he just started getting a lot more aware.
He's like, I need to turn this.
And he had already made his money.
Gotcha.
So he was just like, you know what? Let me start telling people what I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I can do it.
And he makes his own beats.
Because he stacked. He stacked his shit. and now he's into what he wants to do, which a lot of people don't do. You know, if you're gonna change after you get your money.
Right.
Don't change to get your money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And just say, hey, look, I got my money. Now let me do what I really want to do.
Yeah. So I definitely, he's definitely one of the top artists of our new generation, man. Because one, he's still brushing shoulders with Tip, so that means he you know, he's still doing his thing. He's not independent. You know, which ain't bad, or it's not good either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a lot of
Just
independent.
considering who you talk to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You know what day it is. You know, if the sun's out or whatnot. So you know what I'm saying? He makes his own beats.
So that helps.
That totally helps. You know, because he knows what he sounds good on, and he don't have to pay for them. He just make them. He had Big Crit on there, which totally surprised me. I didn't expect Big Crit to be on this album.
Really?
Nah, man. I never knew Big Crit and B.o.B mess with each other like that.
So I love this too. As soon as it came on, I was like, wow, listen to this. So I had to play it twice.
That's why we don't want to hear nothing you say, because you ain't the man that you appear to be. No, nigga, seriously. We don't want to hear your conspiracies, and we don't want to hear your political views about extraterrestrial activity. Look, nigga, make up your mind. How much longer you gonna wait to decide? You was kicking some dangerous lines. Not buying your shit is a waste of my time. Nigga, what's up with you? That's why all my niggas don't fuck with you. And that's why we don't come to your after parties, because we don't want to hang in the club with you. It's only two type of niggas. A street nigga and a
coon type of nigga.
A coon type of nigga. Call it born with a new silver spoon type of nigga. A new type of nigga.
Exactly.
A sellout surrounded by wealth. You should have been one of the greats.
Now you just sound like everyone else.
I love this. This right here.
Crumbled the paper, threw it away.
With this right here. This is what made me rewind it. Because then he's somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to tell him what to do. He said, how I know?
Because I'm Jewish.
Because I'm Jewish.
What are you doing? You losing your core, fan base and your viewers. Let me show you how to flow. Show you how to make music. Obviously, you clueless. How I know? Because I'm Jewish. Oh, was that unruly? For me to stay so ruly? What if I stand on trial? What if I stand on jewelry? What are we on TV? Who's the judge? Judge Julie?
I know, I'm Jewish.
Like, I don't even know how the flow's supposed to go.
Yeah, he definitely that was some Eminem shit right there.
Yeah. So he was like shooting him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was shooting him with different angles. Then he came back with something totally different. You'd be like, whoa, keep up, nigga,
Right,
keep up.
Keep up. Exactly.
So, and that's why I loved it. Because then I was like, rewind that shit.
Yes.
Did he just say that?
Yes.
Then
And
I
that's
was
what
like,
he
whoa.
did. That's what he did for me with those underground mixtapes.
I got you.
He was giving you so much knowledge that it was like, man, I'm gonna have to research some of this stuff. Or man, what did he just say? You know, so that's the greatest thing about hip hop for me. That was one of my most favorite things, that you have to rewind and say, what did he just say?
Yep.
Or research. When you listen to country, when you listen to rock, the only thing you have to research is the instrument that the person's playing and who's playing
or
it.
who wrote the song.
Or who wrote the song. With hip hop, they're going to tell you something, or they're going to say a word that you're going to be like, what the hell is that?
Or you're going to reference something, and you be like, Beirut? What the fuck?
Right.
And then you be like, oh, that's what's going on overseas.
Right.
And then stuff like that they put in there, and if you're not aware, it makes you go find it.
Exactly.
And then when you go find it, you get educated. And when you get educated, you become aware of what's being said.
And that is the best thing about hip hop. That's why y'all can talk about the dancing, y'all can talk about the culture, generations, the fashion. It ain't about none of that. The origin of it was speaking knowledge and teaching you.
Storytelling.
That was like the origin of it, from Rakim, you know.
KRS.
Right. Hey.
I heard it.
Man.
Loved it.
Man.
Loved it.
That's the segue.
Anyway, that was the
segue.
Snoop album. KRS-One is on there.
But
Take it all school like when the telephone rang.
Bruh. So
yeah.
but yeah, overall, man, B.o.B had 12 tracks on the CD.
Yeah.
How many you liked?
So, we didn't even play the Lil Wayne joint, but I was even good with that. So, of the 12 tracks, and you might as well say it's 13 because Middleman went into Mr.
Yeah.
Hey, mister.
Hey, mister.
Hey, mister.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like it. So he broke that up, and I even like Ecstatic.
You like that with Young Thug?
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Oh,
man.
that was horrible.
It was okay, man.
And that was trash.
It was okay, man. So
I don't use the word hate, but Young Thug, man, that's a terrible rapper to me. Man, that is a terrible rapper. I heard he's pretty cool outside of rap though, but that's neither here nor there.
That's neither here nor there, you know. So I like Avalanche. I thought that was good.
Okay.
Especially what I wasn't impressed with the big kids with the CeeLo thing. I wasn't
Not at
impressed
all.
with
Me
that.
either.
Wasn't really impressed with that.
Definitely a throwaway.
So I'm thinking 8.
Okay.
And the other 4, I'm kind of like, if I'm going through the album, I'll let it play.
What about that substance abuse?
Oh, I love that. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Abuse.
Yeah.
Abuse. I like the
that
ending.
was crazy.
And he was
Oh
like,
yeah, I know. And I don't know why, but I'm sleeping with men.
Hey, that was hilarious,
That was
man.
crazy.
That was hilarious.
That was crazy.
Yeah, So honestly, man, one, two,
And I'm Tim, and I sell Henry for
Side effects may include nausea, back pain, crippling depression, suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts, headache, diarrhea, financial dependence, infidelity, unemployment, sudden bankruptcy, schizophrenia, insomnia, PTSD, ADD, ADHD, human trafficking, bulimia, and chronic paralysis. Do not operate machinery while taking Propofol. If you take any other drugs, talk to your doctor about Propofol.
Y'all better watch out for that. Propofol. I went into the bathroom. I'm opening up the mirror and I see Propofol.
I sold my body for money, and then I sold my body. I sold for money because of Propofol.
Because of Propofol.
So no, anyway, man, 8. I'm saying a good strong 8.
Okay.
I think 2 honestly is a throwaway. I think the other 2 I can kind of roll with, but 2 definitely a throwaway.
I like 9. I actually like 9. The only one that I'm like suspect on throwing away is the Peace with the Big Crit. That was a good track. That was you know what? For the album, that was a good track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said that's part of my 4.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I would actually say 10 because of the album.
Damn, dude. Okay.
Yeah, the only ones I didn't like was the CeeLo and the Young Thug.
I think the Young Thug was okay.
I mean, okay,
It's okay.
Okay, the features. You know what? That's the funny part. The features I could throw away because I could throw away the Wayne. No, check me out. I could throw away the Wayne. I could throw away the Big Crit. I could throw away the Young Thug.
So I wouldn't throw away the Lil Wayne because I like the way I like the story that he was telling about being different,
right,
and an extraterrestrial. That you're from somewhere else. You got to be. I love the way he put his storyline. So it wasn't even a big thing about Lil Wayne.
Right.
He came in and I was okay with it. He didn't come in and like, whoa, he really stood out.
Right.
No, I was still with B.o.B. Yeah,
right.
I was still with that.
Okay.
So that's why I maintain and say that one was pretty good. He didn't ruin it. You know what I mean?
I like that 2 Lit 4 Lit. You know what? And that was like the single, and I literally waited to listen to that. Yeah,
4 Lit.
Should be 2 Lit, should be 4 Lit. Hit me with a 4-6. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it was cool. It was cool. But like I said, I could throw all the features away, and the album would be great.
No, I wouldn't throw away Tweaking. I love Tweaking.
Okay, no, I wouldn't talk with okay, that would be the one I would keep.
That was awesome and shit.
So I would keep 2 features. I would keep 4 Lit and I would keep Tweaking, but I would throw all the other ones away. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah. So I would say 8 out of 12 if I was throwing all the features away. If I wasn't throwing all the features away, I would keep one feature out of those 4 and still throw the other ones away. All right, let me just clean this one off and just keep this one.
I'll keep that one. That's where we'll go with that.
So yeah, so I'm still going 9 out of 12. Then I'll go 9 out of 12.
Okay. So I'm with I'm gonna keep with my strong 8 and 2 throwaways and the 2 that I can ride with. So that's me. But again, I really like what he did.
Okay.
I really like what he did on here. It makes me look
He's a smart
forward
rapper,
to that.
man. He's a smart rapper.
And again, sometimes smart rappers get covered up by bad production.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes bad rappers get covered up by outstanding production.
And you know what? You when I was showing you the underground mixtapes, you was like, okay, he rapping, but them beats ain't all that though. So you was like, they regular Atlanta beats. You was like, they regular old Atlanta beats. And I'm like, man, he's snapping on him. He was like,
I was like, but he didn't keep my attention, because I couldn't ride with it.
Right.
So a lot of these things that I can't ride with, and our next, I'll just say it, our next
quick raps hip hop segue
will be the Snoop Dogg and
the Wale. Wale, come on, bro. Hold on. Wale, my nigga. I don't know what the fuck that shit was there.
All right, but we're going to hold that. All right? Just hold that.
All right.
But that's our next one. So we put them 2 together for a reason. but we had to go with that. But so again, very impressive. The good thing about B.o.B and Gorillaz is 2 different type of genres, and this guy showing up to say, look, if you don't know me, here I am, and I'm gonna put my production. So some people who can't freaking listen, he was talking to me too. If you can't listen, I'm gonna make you listen in a different way.
Right.
So he was talking to me too. So I'm not going to play it like, oh, yeah, so now he's maturing. No, I wasn't listening because your production really didn't grab me the way I wanted it to be. But now I see clearly, and I'm like, wow, this is really impressive.
Yeah, he does a
lot.
But
he dumbed it down, to your point.
Yeah. He knew he had to make it. I think him making those conscious mixtapes made him aware of how he needed to make his album.
Yeah. So he looked around.
Right. He was like, okay, they going way too hard on this. I'm giving them way too much information. I cannot put half this information in my album.
But he needed to for himself. He was like, I got this knowledge. I gotta put it out there.
Right.
But then he was like, yo, I gotta. Yeah,
right. Because the biggest part was his fans. His fans was asking because again he started off pop,
right?
And that whole little series was like real raw lyrics, raw rap lyrics. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure a lot of his fans, pop fans, has been asking him, when you gonna make some more pop, man? What the hell's wrong with you, man? When you gonna get your Lupe back on, man? What's up? What's up, man? I mean, Lupe Fiasco don't make music no more. We need you, B.o.B. We need you.
So he's like, Lupe's in a rock band, ain't he?
Man, Lupe don't know what he want to do, bruh. It's like he'll make a good rap album and then he'll just go crazy and then he'll want to fight somebody and then he want to battle somebody and then
he want to kill the president and shit.
I don't know what. He need to leave Chicago. That's what he needs.
That's what he needs. That's the water over there.
It's the water.
Kanye's still over there.
Like Kanye, man. This Kanye. Man, I don't even start with these guys here, man.
We ain't even go. We need to do podcasts on the crazy rappers.
Man, straight up, man. Craziest rapper of the year award.
Of the year is
nominees.
Yeah, big time. So great review. Appreciate it, Sean. B.o.B and Gorillaz, 2 very good albums. So if you're in the mood for them, if you really have an open mind, this will be great.
Yeah. You will be surprised. You got to open your mind, though, man. You just got to listen to the sounds. Once you listen to the sounds, you'll really appreciate that Gorillaz CD. Mm-hmm. It definitely don't sound like they old stuff, but if you're willing to listen to evolved music, it's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah,
evolved music, bruh. And understand where times are going. I think you'll like a few tracks on there.
And you need to kind of look at it like, hey, look, what else am I listening to? Because if you like rock or you like some semi-pop that's going on right now, this will fill a void, and it'll fill you.
Right.
To me, it'll fill you temporarily and say, oh, this was good. Yeah, I like that. I can roll with this for a little while, and then you can get back to where you want to go. But to me, expanding your palette in the way of music, this is a good addition. And B.o.B, lyrically, you need to slow down and listen to this guy, because he's saying a lot of good things. He's not as complicated as the other cuts that he used to, but he's making it plain enough so when you catch it, you can go back and say, whoa, I got you.
Yeah.
So, anything else, Sean? Any last words on those two?
Nah, that's a wrap, man. And enjoy both CDs, man. I still got the all right. I still got the B.o.B in rotation, still got the Gorillaz in rotation, still got the Kendrick in rotation, still got the Future in rotation.
Nope.
What else came out? What do you have in rotation still? How about that?
I still got your boy on there, man.
I already know. That's what I was waiting on. I'm waiting on you to say his name. Waiting on you to
I
say
still
his
got
name.
Drake on my rotation.
Okay.
But I'm listening to his features as opposed to him. So when you got featured people on there, I'm really listening to those.
Hey,
Not
man,
really
also, man,
it.
congratulations to Drake, man. He put up 13 awards, man. 13. That was a super wild.
He couldn't even carry all of them bitches.
Yeah,
they was sitting on the floor.
It was retarded. Yeah, it was
like,
really retarded. I know he was like, man, this is here, man. Oh yeah, wow. David Banner dropped the God box.
The God box.
Yeah, we're gonna, with all due respect, we're gonna get around to him, and we're gonna give an honest review on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of positive things, man. But you're still making music, and you're still gonna get reviewed on your music for your music, and that's it.
Yep.
So I like that. I still got Sampha in my rotation. I still got Kid Cudi in my rotation.
Yeah, I haven't opened them up. I just opened them up because I've heard the Gorillaz.
Right.
I was like, whoa, I heard this before. So when I played it, I was like, that's the cut right there. That's the cut right there.
Yeah, so when you pop it back in, you be like, okay, I still like this.
Yeah, I still like this.
You still gonna like the CD.
This is really cool.
I didn't accidentally put the Big Sean on, but I did put the Big Sean on, and I was like, okay.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
I still and probably once a week, man, because it's just so touching, dog. I still rock the J. Cole, man. Oh, and I just bumped not the Future, but the Migos. Still rocking the Migos.
Really?
Man. Yeah, man. They so, hey, man.
So I'm rocking the Migos on everybody else. So on what's his name cut?
Who that?
The one we did with Drake. Your boy.
Rick Ross.
Yeah. So I'm hitting his with that. And we didn't do the Talib Kweli.
Yeah, the 7.
So that's in my
So I guess we'll do that next.
too.
We'll do the 7, and then we'll do the David Banner. Yeah, David Banner.
Yeah, we'll do those.
So that'll be the next one.
So those are the upcoming with that. So you're here. So maybe 2 for 1 you may get, because we do the Wale and the Snoop.
His name is Wale. It's Wale.
Wale.
It's not the movie.
Wale. I'm sorry.
Wale. Hey, you've been saying that for 3 podcasts now.
Wale.
3 podcasts he been calling this man Wale.
Fucking Wale. Calling him out his name, man. What's the matter with you? Yo, if you heard that CD, you be calling that robotic shit too. Because Wale
garbage.
Keeping up garbage.
Wale.
All right, anyway.
You want to get Molly whopped. Wally whopped.
So anywho, hit us up on bougieblackbrother.com, bougieblackbrother.podbean.com.
Catch me on Twitter, DJ Activist. Yes, sir, DJ Activist, like the scissor. Catch me on IG. Stop calling me without the G. Stop calling me.
Yep. Bougie Black Bro on Twitter and Bougie Black Brother on IG. So you'll be seeing a lot more, and listen to our NBA podcast as well for those who's into the NBA coming up. So take a look. We're gonna have another special guest, we have a guest because you probably hear this after that. But look out for that, and go backwards. We have a lot of good opinion on that as well. So thanks again, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, and we'll see you back again on Old Car Wax.
Peace.
Later.